Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. It's East versus West here in Toronto. The Raptors hope to put on a show for their hometown fans. Pass to KD. Off target from three-point range.
And talking about a franchise that has done a complete 180, look no further than the Phoenix Suns. Before 2021, they hadn't even been to the playoffs in 10 years. And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Ayton, the screen to the inside. Offensive rebound. Back to KD. Tries again. And Ayton with the nice bucket inside.
Really, there's nothing else you can do. Durant is just that good, especially that close to the rim.
Takes it out to Siakam. Sinks the triple. Siakam's got 5 now. In just 4 seasons, Phoenix, Greg, went from last in the conference to the best record in the entire NBA. It's been an unbelievable story.
And there's a lot of talent on this team, not to mention a great coach in Monty Williams. The future is bright for this franchise.
Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start the game.
Inside, here's Ewing. Anunoby with it. Just 5 on the clock. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
The Raptors shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
Boy, guys, when you think about the prototypical modern wing, Scotty Barnes, the reigning Rookie of the Year, certainly fits that mold, already proving to be a well-rounded two-way player.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And Siakam has it in the corner. The screen from Ewing. A leaner. Siakam misses.
And with Barnes, he's only scratching the surface of how good he can be.
GA, there is no question about that. Barnes is on the fast track to becoming a star. Why? Because he can score, defend, rebound, and even serve as a playmaker if need be. This is about developing those skills continuously and becoming more consistent. This is a quarter he'd rather forget. This guy just can't seem to get the lid off of that bucket. Boy, they can't cut into this lead with him going stone cold and only so much time to turn it around.
That's his second personal.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The Raptors shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And you watch the way that Siakam plays. It can get you in the open court or in half-court sets. Great forward who gives you a little bit of everything. Ooh, the one-hand tomahawk, guys. Somebody's going to get their feelings hurt.
Yeah, they got the entire bench up right there as they saw that and out of their chairs. Outside Durant. And there's the drive. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
KD is a force of nature. Sensational dunk at the rim.
And for Siakam, Greg, he almost epitomizes the modern forward.
And that's not to say he's the best forward, but he displays all the skills you now expect from that position. Solid player who any team would love to have.
Near the three-point line, it's Booker. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, Kevin, I was able to talk with Nick Nurse for a minute. He said priority number 1 is to not let these guys get going from the perimeter. Do not let them start getting open threes. It's a recipe for disaster. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Obviously, the three ball is a big concern for any defense. Anunoby, good.
job by OG Anunoby to be aggressive from distance. Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. 1:02 left in the first quarter. Pass to KD. Good D by Barnes.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
2-for-1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
With 3, Booker. A three-pointer is right on target.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is a team-first guy, and boy, does he set up the open man.
Down low, Ewing. Back to Van Vliet. Over Paul. The rebound by KD. And KD's got the ball here for the Phoenix Suns. Trailing by 2. Can't connect from short range.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Toronto ahead, up 2. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. What do you guys think about the Raptors here in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys have done a great job guarding multiple positions. How about the big guy attacking the rim? The throwdowns are loud and emphatic. Guys, I've got to say, one of the things I love the most about the Toronto Raptors, how special their fan base is. Really, when you think about it, Canada much more associated with the great sport of hockey, but they love professional basketball.
It's good on the putback. Biyombo's got his first 2 points.
We call that persistence, folks. Bismack Biyombo is a force on the offensive glass.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Boucher, the screen. Back to Trent. And he overshot that one, missing. Oh, you're right. This fan base here in Toronto is terrific and certainly gets excited to cheer on their Raptors. They love them.
They do, and their theme is, quote, "We the North." You can truly tell how much these fans love the Raptors. Remember the scene in Jurassic Park outside the stadium, that special area when the finals were going on in 2019. It was pure pandemonium.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Pass to Biyombo. Puts one up from 19.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Well, there's no doubt there were better options on the floor, but it certainly seemed like he had his mind made up.
Suns trail by 4. On the wing, Booker. Back to Hardaway. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by the Raptors. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, "It means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much, and we can go out there and give them something to be proud of." Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, DA. Thank you so much.
I'll tell you, no matter what he does, he can't find his rhythm, and you get the sense he's starting to press a little bit.
And when the stakes get high and you need a big shot, we know how dependable Fred VanVleet is.
It feels to me, Greg, like the bigger the moment, the more dangerous Fred VanVleet is. We've seen him so many times knock down so many huge shots. Doesn't matter the setting, Eastern Conference Finals or NBA Finals. This guy, the very definition of fearless.
pass to Van Vliet. 6 to shoot. The Raptors need to get a shot. Barnes can't get it to go. Suns trail by 3. Here's Biyombo. Shoots. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And far from just a scorer, Hardaway is also adept at finding his teammate.
Siakam outside. Pass to Barnes. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. They get it back. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his first personal foul.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
And home court advantage can give teams a huge lift. Greg, how different is it playing in front of the hometown fans?
It's huge. I mean, they give you energy. You don't want to let them down, so you tend to dig a little deeper when you're playing at home. And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Outside Durant. Launches it. And no good that time. And Toronto will come the other way. To the middle. Here's Ewing. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for the Phoenix Suns. It's a 3-point game.
Kevin Durant has the kind of handle and creativity to get by defensive players off the dribble drive. Nicely done.
Van Vliet wide open. The good-looking shot from the wing. Van Vliet's got his 2nd basket. KD looking around. Pass to Ayton. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Well, true to form in today's NBA, as a big man, DeAndre Ayton has face-up ability, and that's critical.
Anunoby in the corner. Back to Van Vliet. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Hardaway.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
1 second separating the shot clock in game time. And Ayton throws it down.
Well, the length and athleticism of DeAndre Ayton make that an easy opportunity.
Outside, Ewing. Here's Siakam. And the rejection by Ayton. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Suns lead by 1. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. And the Raptors doors with one of the elite front offices recognized in the NBA.
And Kevin, because of that, a highly paid one as well. Remember, a recruitment battle, not just with the NBA, but English soccer, to keep their leadership intact. But the track record is there to justify that top billing, no doubt about it. Night after night, game after game, Chris Paul understands where to put the ball and when. Nicely done.
To the paint, and stolen by Booker. For the 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. And it's a 6-point Suns lead.
We know this about Devin Booker. He is not shy. Deep from 3, yes, I'm going to take that opportunity.
The offensive rebound. And a wide open look for Siakam. No good on the 3.
Boy, that makes him 0 for 3 to start the second half. Not the start you were hoping for here.
Here's Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
This guy, a relentless force on the glass. DeAndre Ayton going to work and getting the putback.
And the Raptors miss again.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
And here's Booker from the arc. Shot clock reset for Phoenix. That one goes in. Ayton's got the lead up to 10 now for Phoenix.
Don't let DeAndre Ayton get comfortable. This guy is a problem on the interior.
They need this. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on 8.
Clearly a foul.
And Scotty Barnes, the Rookie of the Year in 2022 in the NBA.
And you could argue he was maybe the biggest surprise of the 21 draft. Made a huge impact on the floor immediately. If you did a redraft of that class, he'd be closer to the top.
The kick out to Warren. There's the 3. Patrick Ewing comes up with the rebound. Here's Siakam. That's good, and Ewing with the assist. Siakam's got 9.
Boy, that was a much-needed bucket in the second half. They're now 1 for 5.
Outside Hardaway. Ewing comes to help. Now Biyombo. It's to Hardaway. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Patrick Ewing. Now, Greg, a disappointing ending to the playoffs last season, certainly for the Phoenix Suns.
Well, came in the top seed in their conference only to make a second-round exit after a grueling Game 7. So this season might be revenge time for this group.
And the Raptors with some changes. Raptors trailed by 6. Trent outside. Right wing. Here's Boucher. Biyombo with the block.
Well, Biyombo's calling card, right? A terrific shot blocker. Boy, put it in his vicinity. He's sending it back.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that number.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Kevin Durant learned an important lesson at age 11. His dad cooked him one-on-one, dunking on him and talking trash. Durant started crying and he locked himself in his room, but he came to realize, what am I so mad at? It's good to be passionate, but channel it. Once you're off the court, leave it and go back to being you. Kevin?
Great advice. David, thanks. Pass to Boucher. Down low. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Barton. From 13 feet, it goes down. And now it's just a 4-point Phoenix lead. To the inside. And there's the foul. It's on Chris Boucher. That's his first foul. Toronto calls timeout.
Toronto with the timeout. Make some noise, Toronto. It's time for your North Star Crew. Thank you to our North Star Crew.
1:07 left in the third quarter. Great open look there. Durant's got 5 points now in the quarter.
The defensive intensity must pick up. It hasn't been the same this half.
It's Trent on the wing. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Bertle's shot is off.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Outside Durant. From outside the arc. Barton with the rebound.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Barton.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Suns leading by 7. Paul outside. Over Boucher.
Well, that's the 6'9" frame of Chris Boucher. Send it back, young sir.
And so it's Phoenix bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. And here's Phoenix. They've led by as much as 10. Next up for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. That will be the 5th game of this 6-game road trip.
Well, when KD asked out, you knew the Nets would get a king's ransom. Perhaps the biggest star trade we've seen in decades. But KD on this team, they are right in the thick of it as far as contending. And never say never, but we might never see another player who combines the length and guard skills of Kevin Durant. He's a player who completely breaks the mold.
And here is Siakam. Pass to Ewing. And the layup is good.
Well, brought up in an unselfish system, Pascal Siakam takes great pride keeping his teammates involved.
And when you think about Durant's singularity as a player, Steve Kerr said he's more gifted than Michael Jordan. And Greg, what do you think of that?
Well, Steve's had a first-hand view coaching KD and playing alongside Jordan. He didn't say greater, but more gifted. I think it's a conversation.
Clock at 6. Kicks it out to Booker. From the arc. They get it back. Back to Ayton. Goes up again. Paul. Here's Durant. And they finally get it to go. A full night's work on the boards in one trip down the floor.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Siakam for 3.
Well, after hitting 1 triple in the first half, it's been all radio silence since.
Paul, no one around him. Left side Durant. Back to Paul. Kicks it out to Booker. Takes the 3. Again, the miss by Booker.
Boy, this guy just can't buy a bucket, and yet they have the advantage.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
That's his first personal.
And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Suns.
At the line.
Guys, they've done everything they can in this one to just dominate that backboard offensively and keeping control of the ball and then converting.
And another theme in this game, to me, guys, has been how lethal they've been in transition. Attack on the break and make sure you convert.
Right side Durant. Pass to Ayton. Back to KD. And it's Toronto with the rebound. And they've got time, Greg, to chip away at this lead.
Yeah, still lots of time, but they have to play smart if they want to erase this deficit.
And Durant sends it back. From downtown, traps in the tray. KD's got 12 points here in the second half.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
On the wing, Anunoby. Screen by Siakam. The three-pointer off the mark. Fast break, here come the Suns. KD's got the ball. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Back to Booker. Lets it go from the wing. And that one, good.
Well, comparisons are always difficult, but hard not to see some Klay Thompson in Booker's game.
Inside, Durant with the steal. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Okogie can't get the tip in. Raptors trailed by 13. Pass to Siakam. Anunoby with it. Takes a 3. And Bleed on the wing. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Booker.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Suns.
Their superior ball handling, 1-4.
And fewer turnovers equals greater scoring opportunities. Any coach will tell you that. If you take care of the ball every possession, And this is a perfect example of what happens when you do.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Kevin Durant.
What a relentless scoring night for this guy, in attack mode all evening.
And here's Barnes for 3. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. On the wing, Booker puts up a 3. Rebound by the Raptors. Can they get it? The kick out to Barnes. Back to Ewing. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Sun ball.
Now here's Durant. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled.